Hi there, you're very welcome to number 10 Premon Heights in Carlingford. This is a real prize of a property for a lot of reasons. First, the location. We are literally within walking distance of the centre of Carlingford village because Premon Heights leads on to Back Lane, which is right behind the hotel in the village. So it's a nice quiet spot. It feels a little bit off the beaten track because it is very, very tranquil here, but yet with the conveniences all on your doorstep. Also, look at this view. I mean, you can see everything from King John's Castle around across the Mournes and over across the piers, and there you can see across over to Rostrevor and Warren Point, and then Greenore on the far side. So this property is spectacular. It's a detached dwelling which is laid out over 2 floors, and it occupies an elevated section, an elevated spot, both in terms of the house itself, but also in terms of the back garden. So do stay tuned to see what's happening in the back garden. The property measures about 145 square metres. It is in impeccable condition, has some very important added extras such as cabinetry, comes to market in perfect condition, and it has a C2 BER rating. So we're going to have a look inside and give you a sense of this property, and then we'll finish off in that gorgeous back garden and give you some food for thought there as well. I should also point out that this elevated terrace also has the added bonus of a stair lift, which for some of you might be important for a little bit of future proofing. So all that said, welcome to number 10. Let's have a look inside. So here we are inside in the first of the 2 reception rooms. There's a lovely feature in this property that I want to point out to you. Not only is it dual aspect, but it's got French doors on both sides of the room, which lead out onto patio areas. Now, this is west facing on this side and east facing on this side. On this side, you get that magnificent view that we've just seen out the front, and it's a beautiful elevated spot. And then here, that's for the evening time when you want to see the sun go down and have perhaps use of your patio in the evening time. But stay tuned to the end, and we're going to have a little explore in the back garden. In this room, we have an open fire here. I mean, it's a C2 rating, so it is a comfortable house anyway and quite energy efficient, but an open fire here. And then, as you'll see, very nice cabinetry on either side, providing not only important practical storage, but also storage that looks nice and provides an opportunity to showcase your bits and pieces or to store your books or whatever it might be. So this room is accessed from double doors which lead through to the kitchen. The kitchen, as you can see there, in an L shape, very well appointed. You have plenty storage space as well as plenty worktop space. So you have an integrated fridge freezer, integrated dishwasher, integrated oven and hob with a stainless steel canopy overhead. Tile splashback and just a lovely open space. And you can see here the room is big enough to accommodate extra furniture, whether it's a cabinet or whether it's a breakfast bar or whatever you wanted to provide. There's a utility room off the kitchen and then the back door leading to the back garden. So passing through the hallway, that's your guest bathroom, that's your front door, and into this gorgeous living room. It's a super space, nicely proportioned. In fact, you can see the way it's laid out here, it's quite zoned. Fantastic storage space all along this wall. Gives lovely opportunity to store your stuff and show off your stuff. And then here, this beautiful French door with lovely view of the whole Carlingford loch. What you're seeing over there in the distance is the Mourne Mountains, and over to the left there, you can see King John's Castle. You are literally within stone's throw of all of the village amenities, all around you. Everything is within very easy reach. Now, we're up at first floor level where we have 3 bedrooms. They're all double and they all have something lovely to offer. This would be the principal bedroom because the ensuite is running off of this room. It has built-in storage and it also has a magnificent view of the mountain looking out this window. And you've got the sea on one side and the mountain on the other side. So it's a real treat. This property just has gorgeous views everywhere. The second bedroom, another double or twin, fantastic array of storage built in here, which is a real bonus. This is a dual aspect room, east and west. And again, as I promised, every room has a view. And you can see there in this room, we're looking out over the pier and beyond over to Greenore. Really nice sized main bathroom. It's got a corner bath, separate shower and separate bidet, and tiled floor and substantially tiled wall area. And finally, to the bedroom at the front of the house. Now, it's a really big space because this is a massive, massive bed. It's at least a super king, possibly more. It's a huge bed and there's plenty of space for it. So I always like to point out something like that because it's important so that you can really get the context of the room. This bedroom is at the front of the house, so although it doesn't have the ensuite, it does have the real prize of the view. So for me, it's a 50-50 as to whether I would go for this room as the principal or the ensuite bedroom. The view, again, let's talk about it. It's just beautiful. And again, you're overlooking the whole area. Now, this room has a full bank of built-in storage along one side. So it's a very easy to manage space with all of that built-in storage. So now let's have a look in the back garden. And finally, welcome to this gorgeous back garden. There's a real prize here, and I'm going to tell you why. At the moment, the garden, which takes a steep elevation at the back, is laid in a very low maintenance solution, which I'm very fond of. You know, it's completed with bark, and so it's nicely planted and it simply looks after itself. But look at the prize that you have. Magnificent spot overlooking the Black Mountain. And I have seen along this boundary of this elevation that some other property owners have actually made a feature of this and created an elevated terrace. It's food for thought, if nothing else. Anyway, in its own right at the moment, it is a fantastic back garden. And as I say, it's low maintenance. And then at the end of the garden, backed up onto the house, is that lovely patio area, which is your evening spot for sitting outside. And it's again, low maintenance with paving and gravel. So thank you so much for joining me here in Premon Heights. It's a fantastic property. It's absolutely turnkey. It's got a good C2 rated BER. And if future owners were of a mind to improve that, it can be very easily done. You're within strolling distance of Carlingford village, and it's going to be of interest to a lot of you, not only for what's inside, but also for the amazing setting here in Carlingford. So thanks for joining me. Any questions, you can get us in any of the usual ways. We love your feedback as always, and we look forward to seeing you here in Premon Heights very soon. Bye-bye.